Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar about toothpaste regulatory requirement in China. My name is Chris Wang, and I will be your host for this informative session. I'm pleased to have you joining us from different parts of the world. First, we will keep you muted throughout the presentation to avoid any audio disturbances. If you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to type them in the chat box. Before we dive into the main topic, allow me to briefly introduce our company and the speaker. Our company, ZMUni Compliance Centre, was established in 2018 and has been dedicated to assisting businesses with regulatory compliance for food and cosmetic products in China and other countries. And you can see we provide a detailed service like product registration and filing, and also other compliance service like for example, like product formula label review, and also we can help with import and export. Next, I will briefly introduce today's speaker. The speaker today is Ms. Angeline Zhao. She is a senior consultant in ZMUni Compliance Centre, and she has over 10 years of practical experience in import and export business related to daily chemical products, and she has helped a lot of cosmetic brands successfully exporting their products into China. Okay, so now let's move on and welcome Angeline to share her insights. Okay, welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angeline. I'm very happy to stand here to share some information for toothpaste filing. Today, I will share 5 topics: transition period for toothpaste filing process and information requirements, toothpaste testing, toothpaste product safety assessment report, and finally, some FAQs for you to share. What does toothpaste transition period mean? Everyone has completed the simplified version filing by 1st December 2023, and there are 2 very critical time points that you should pay attention to. One is 1st July 2024, and the other is 1st December 2025. I will share each of these details next. Let's see the first topic, transition period for toothpaste filing. Toothpaste supervision and administration measures was released on 16th March 2023. At that time, it was clear that the toothpaste will be filed from 1st December 2023, but at the same time, the transition period of toothpaste-related policies, notice number 124, was released on 25th September 2023, which said, in the period between 1st October and 1st December 2023, toothpaste can be filed with a simplified version. Here is a notice number 124. Here I have given you a comparison between the simplified versions filing information and the full versions filing information. First of all, in the simplified version filing, you just need to submit relatively less and simple information. Actually, only the files and the manufacturers and the products information are required. But what information need to be added in the 4 versions, such as product QC files, testing report, CPSR, and the CFS. When we talk about the testing reports, as you know, imported toothpaste needs to conduct toxicological testing, also known as animal testing. However, it is possible to exempt from animal testing if certain requirements are met, which will be shared in the following content. That's the timeline for the simplified version filing that we just mentioned. And now we have gone to 2024. So we just need to focus on the first time point by 1st July 2024 to complete the product labeling update as required. And the second time point is to upload the efficacy summary by 1st December 2025. Okay, let's start by looking at the first note and how to do a label update. I will share some information based on the requirements from some regulations released recently. Let's take a look at what needs to be mandatory marked on the label of toothpaste. According to the Cosmetic Labeling Regulations, Article 7, we need to mark the product name, the filer's name and address, and the Chinese responsible person's name and address. Also, the manufacturer's name and address need to be marked. And the content of more than 0.1% of the ingredients need to be listed in descending order, and 0.1% and the following ingredients can be listed at random. Need to add other trace ingredients as a guide. At the same time, we also need to mark the net content, use period, use method, and so on. Here I put a picture of an actual Chinese label we will post on product package. During the filing process, taking picture of package is not easy, which requires clear shots in a well-lit area. At the same time, the inner package should also be uploaded. Do you know what are the requirements for uploading the inner package? At least the Chinese name of the product and expiry date should be marked on in the package. And an example has been put here for your reference. For the location of the label, the content is pasted or printed, the name of the product, whether you need to guide the language, there's no specific requirements. But in order to save time and cost, the common way we do is to print. Okay, next I will share some points to note and the content of special labeling. According to regulation, the product's trademark, if it contains the name of the raw materials and suggesting that it has some kind of effect, and the product formula also contains such raw materials, should to explain the purpose of its use in the sales package. If product formula do not contain such raw materials, should add the word in the sales package that this product do not contain such raw material, the relevant term used only as a trademark name. For example, the product trademark name is sunflower. We should add in the label that sunflower is only used as a trademark. The formula does not contain sunflower ingredients. Next is some special labeling. First one is fluoride-aided toothpaste should be labeled with amount of fluoride added. The second one is a toothpaste claiming anti-caries, plaque inhibition, anti-dentin sensitivity, reduce gum problems, should mark active ingredient of the efficacy in the label. Also, there are some special labeling requirements for children's toothpaste. Children's toothpaste should add attention or warning with words like should be used under adult supervision, should not be consumed, beware of swallowing, and other related warning terms. children's fluoride-aided toothpaste should be labeled with a single-use limit, such as soybean size, pea size, and so on. No children's fluoride-aided toothpaste should be labeled, "This product is not suitable for children," something like that. The efficacy of children's toothpaste can only be claimed to clean and anti-caries and must not imply a medical effect. The children's toothpaste logo should be marked in the upper left corner of the main display surface. It can be interpreted as a face other than the bottom. If you have ever filed a children's cosmetic, you may know that the children's toothpaste logo is actually a change of the text from children's cosmetic to children's toothpaste. Children's products should not be confused with food, and labeling should not include food-related motifs. Okay. The last question I would like to share with you regarding the labeling section is, when a toothpaste has multiple sales packages, is it necessary to upload all the sales packages pictures? The regulations require that if there are multiple sales packages, the labeling picture of all sales packages should be submitted. However, if one or more of the following situations are met, only one of the sales package need to be submitted to the label picture. The others cannot be repeatedly uploaded. The first one is only the net content specification are different. And the second one is only in the uploaded sales package with additional labeling of sales channels, promotions, holiday specials, gifts, and other information. The third one is only the sales package color differences. The fourth one is registered products are sold in the form of sets, gift boxes, and other forms of combination. And the combination process did not touch the contents of the product, in addition to increase the name of the combination of packaged products. Other labeled content does not exceed the content of the label for each product. And the last one is the text description can clearly reflect the difference with the uploaded sales package and has been noted to explain. So in line with above, you can submit one of the sales package label picture. Others can write a sales package multiple specification description for uploading. Now let's go to the second topic, toothpaste filing process and information requirements. Firstly, let's take a look at the toothpaste filing process. First of all, the toothpaste file or the Chinese responsible person needs to open the NAPA account. The time is about 1 week. Then we should prepare for the product testing information and start the product filing testing. During the period of testing, we can do the preparation of the testing dossier. When testing is completed, all the information is ready for the filing of the submission. But there is a point that needed to be paid attention is, although the dossier submission means completion of filing, but there still need about 5 working days to the product publicity on the NAPA official website. It should also be noted that the toothpaste filing is a post review. So after the completion of the record publicity, you need to pay attention to the status of the product at any time, because you may face an order to rectify. In the event of a safety issue, the import and the sale of the product will be suspended. Normally, it will take 3 to 4 months for the whole procedure. After that, please don't forget to submit annual report each year before 31st March. But how can we know what information need to be filed for toothpaste? We already know that toothpaste is regulated with reference to general cosmetic. So we can refer to the regulation code, cosmetic supervision and administration regulation. According to the measures article 10, before toothpaste is put on sale, the domestic toothpaste is filed with the local medical products administration, which we coded local MPAS. And import toothpaste is filed with the National Medical Product Administration. If we review the definition of toothpaste, we can see according to the measures article 3, toothpaste is a paste that is applied to the surface of human teeth by rubbing for the main purpose of cleaning. The definition confirms that the mode of action of toothpaste is assisted friction. The area of action is the surface of the teeth, and the purpose of use is mainly cleaning, which is basically consistent with people's daily understanding of toothpaste products. Also, as can be seen from the definition, the regulation restricts the material properties of toothpaste product to paste. Means that tooth powder, mouthwash, and other oral care products are not toothpaste products. According to Article 11 of measures, imported toothpaste need to submit 9 items of information for filing. Here you can see all of them. In line with the measures Article 11, NAPA issued notice number 148, which provides detailed requirements for toothpaste filing information, toothpaste filing information management regulations. First of all, let's look at the requirements related to the product formula. Product formula should include the serial number of the raw materials, the name of raw materials, percentage content, purpose of use, remark, and other content. It is important to note that if the label or product name claims the efficacy of an ingredient, then the purpose of the ingredients used in the formula should also be consistent with this. So what are the requirements for formula filing? Firstly, the product formula should provide the standard Chinese name and English ink name of all raw materials. The second is the percentage content of raw materials in the formula. And the product formulas should provide the content of all raw materials, content in percentage terms. All raw materials should be listed in decreasing order of content. Component raw materials containing 2 or more ingredients should be listed in the component and the corresponding content. Item 3 is the purpose of use of the ingredients. Purpose of use of ingredients should be specific and standardized. The purpose of the use should be marked based on its actual role in the product, in line with the main physical and chemical properties of raw materials and the product attribute and process. If the efficacy of raw materials is not a single component, it should be clear that the specific efficacy of the ingredients. The last one is about the remarks. The further description of the ingredients should be marked in the remark column of the formula sheet. Related to formula, I would like to share with you again here as a management of raw materials. raw material divided into non-raw materials and the new raw materials. Non-raw materials are the common friction agents, humectants, thickeners, forming agents, and so on. In our ingredient review and the safety assessment, the commonly used regulatory basis is GB 22115-2008 specification for toothpaste ingredients. These are some of the national standards that we refer to when we conduct formula review and produce safety assessment reports, just for your reference. Okay, next page is about what should be included in a product's QC document. The content is listed on the left, as you can see. We would also like to share how the efficacy ingredients are controlled. For example, if the product has added the efficacy ingredient sodium fluoride, it is recommended that the buyer should control the total fluorine content. Here we go to a very important section about toothpaste testing. On 24th November 2023, a series of testing methods for toothpaste were published for consultation. And on 21st March 2024, 50 test methods were officially released and implemented on 1st December this year. Some of the tests in draft have not been formally published, but I made a table for comparison for your reference. If the file did the toxicological test, for toothpaste, it is oral mucosal irritation test. We now refer to the method basically in accordance with the medical device method to do, but the medical device method did not write how the test result should be determined. In the draft for comments released on 24th November 2023, pH determination of toothpaste has returned the result of the determination of the principle. It said that several oral mucosal irritation is unacceptable. No or very mild oral mucosal irritation is acceptable. However, this test is still in the draft for consultation, so here is just a reference for you. This is a summary table of the test method and the test items. This is for regular, and this is the test item according to formula and animal testing. Please note that the test specification officially implemented on 1st December with preview. And according to notice number 72 issued by NAPA in 2019, products that have completed the filing of the original test items that are inconsistent with the current regulations, which need to be supplemented to complete the testing of the corresponding test items. After talking about the filing testing, let's look at the method of efficacy evaluation. Toothpaste product efficacy evaluation methods are divided into clinical and others. You may have questions about whether the efficacy evaluation must be tested in China and whether test reports out of China are acceptable. On this point, actually, there is no requirement in the regulations. In other words, reports out of China can be okay to submit for the time being. And this is a summary of some regulations that are referenced for toothpaste efficacy testing. Here, I would like to share with you the testing method of clinical. At present, Most of the declared toothpaste efficacies are cleaning and anti-caries. Why? Because other efficacy testing are relatively expensive. But some products have also carried out anti-dentin sensitivity testing or whitening, or some of the efficacy testing were conducted out of China, and we received the report and submit and pass. Now we are going to the key point. I'm sure you are concerned about what is exempt from efficacy evaluation. Firstly, toothpaste that only claims cleaning efficacy can be exempted from efficacy evaluation. And the second one is for the addition of the fluoride to achieve the effect of anti-caries and the fluoride content to meet the test item requirements also can be exempted. The third one is the same firefight toothpaste, the use of the same active ingredient proven to play a role in efficacy, and the concentration of the formula is not lower than the fired product, and claiming to have the same effect of anti-caries, plaque inhibition, and anti-dentin sensitivity, reduce gum problems, can be exempted from clinical efficacy evaluation. As we told before, when the toothpaste buyer or manufacturer meets the relevant requirements, the toothpaste buyer may, on its own or commissioned by the entrusted manufacturer, to carry out the relevant microbiological and physical and chemical tests as required. That is called self-testing. In some special cases, filed products can share test report. More than one manufacturer to produce the same product. Only one of the manufacturers need to submit a complete product test report, while the others can only submit a microbiological, physical, and chemical test report. The second situation is the use of a variety of paste production process of toothpaste. Only one of the production process samples need to submit a completed report. And the third situation is the same file for the record of toothpaste products, only fragrance, color, appearance, and other different. So only one of the product samples need to submit a completed testing report. So what is exempt from submitting an oral mucosal irritation test report? I mean the animal report. Firstly, you are not intended for infants or children, and also you should have got QMS, GMP, ISO certificate issued by local cosmetic government, and you're not claiming anti-caries, plaque inhibition, anti-dentin sensitivity, or reduced gum problem efficacies, and you're not use new ingredients that are in the safety monitoring period. But there is a special case. If the amount of the fluorine in the formula meets the requirement of the anti-caries toothpaste, even if the label and the name of the product do not claim to be anti-caries, it is not exempted from submitting the oral mucosal irritation test report. So the fourth topic is about CPSR for toothpaste. According to Article 30 of the regulations, CPSR generally includes, but is not limited to, summary, product profile, product formula, safety assessment of the ingredient. If it is a children's toothpaste, also need to submit the principle of the formula design. According to Regulation Article 30, if the safety of the ingredients in the formula cannot be confirmed through publicly available data and information, The product safety assessment information can also be improved in one of the following ways. The first solution, I think the easiest way, 3 years of usage history. And the recently released guidelines for the use of the cosmetic ingredient data for public comment also clarifies the basis of determining safe consumption history and the toxicological endpoints that can be shortened for polymers that are stable in structure and properties. If the individual non-effective raw materials, which should be less than 5% in formula, like assessment data, can refer to the toxicological test item set up by the Code of Practice for the registration and the record inspection of cosmetics, or under the use of clinical testing to carry out the product safety testing, comprehensive evaluation and analysis of product safety. But everything here we mentioned is just in draft. The details are subject to the official regulations. Here is an example of a summary of CPSR for toothpaste. Here is another sample of product profile in CPSR. The profile normally should contain the product name, method of use, and average daily use. The average daily use and the residency factor are based on the SCCS. And very important thing is when you choose toothpaste ingredients, you need to take into account the availability of the oral mucosal safety data. For children's toothpaste, we have an additional formulation design principle compared to adults toothpaste. Here is a part of the content for your reference. These are our safety analysis for individual ingredients. This is for sodium lauryl sulfate. This is another example of calcium carbonate. Here is China's guide to identifying risky substance. If you are concerned about this, please contact me individually. I will show you one-on-one. Here, I won't go into details. Finally, there is an example of the conclusion of the CPSR for toothpaste. These are some of the key points shared on CPSR. Okay, let's go to the FAQ part, the answers to some frequently asked questions. The first question is, can the product name contain regenerative silicone, bioactive glass, and the label claim that regenerative silicone repairs periodontal tissues? The answer is no, we can't. It cannot claim that because it is implying medical effects. The second question is how to declare multiple formulation products. The toothpaste contains 2 or more independent formulas and the packages containers are not separated. For example, multicolored toothpaste should be declared as one toothpaste product, but filing in the formula separately. The third question is, are changes to toothpaste formula allowed? In principle, once a formula has been declared, no change are permitted. Only some very minor changes are allowed, such as a change in the raw material suppliers. Okay, that's all I want to share with you today. Thank you for taking your valuable time to listen, and I hope that today's content will help you in your working. If you have any other question, welcome to send me an email or in my WeChat so we can have a one-on-one communication.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Angeline, for giving us such a comprehensive interpretation on China toothpaste compliance requirements. If you have any more questions or need any assistance in going the Chinese market, just like her mentioned, welcome to contact us or contact her directly. You can send us email or contact us by phone, or you can also send messages on LinkedIn. Thanks again for all of your participation today. Hope you enjoy and found our webinar insightful. Now we have to say bye-bye and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.